There are few names in Hollywood that radiate the same combination of strength, charisma, and global appeal as Chris Hemsworth. Most people know him as the thunder-wielding god from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But what many do not realize is that Chris Hemsworth is quietly building an empire off-screen. One made not of hammers and capes, but of innovation, technology, and smart financial foresight. His secret investment journey into the world of tech startups is now beginning to reveal a side of him few ever expected. The strategist, the thinker, and the business mogul in the making. This isn't just another celebrity trying to dabble in business for the sake of headlines. This is something far more deliberate, far more intelligent, and very possibly transformative for Hemsworth's career and legacy. Over the past few years, Chris has been recognized not just for his acting, but for his discipline and thoughtful approach to every venture he takes on. Whether it's fitness, film, or family, Hemsworth has always had a strategy. And that mindset of structure, consistency, and long-term thinking is exactly what he's brought into his approach to business. While many of his peers in Hollywood pour their money into fashion lines, liquor brands, or real estate portfolios, Hemsworth took a quieter path. His move wasn't loud, it wasn't flashy. It was calculated. He began investing in tech startups focused on sustainability, artificial intelligence, wellness, and environmental innovation. Insiders say that Chris was initially drawn to tech because of how it blends creativity and purpose, two things he deeply values. He wanted to put his money into companies that were not only profitable, but were solving real-world problems. And this philosophy has already started to pay off. It all started around the time he launched his fitness and wellness app, Center. Many dismissed it as another celebrity vanity project. But Hemsworth had bigger plans. He didn't just want to create a workout app. He wanted to build a digital ecosystem that combined physical fitness, mental health, mindfulness, and personalized coaching. Center was more than a product. It was a signal. It showed that Hemsworth understood the power of technology to connect and empower people at scale. And when the app's subscriptions began skyrocketing globally, it proved that he wasn't just a face for marketing. He was someone who could identify what people needed before the world fully realized it. That early success gave him the confidence and capital to explore deeper into the tech space. From AI-based wellness platforms to climate-conscious tech startups in Australia, Hemsworth began diversifying. His portfolio reportedly includes companies developing smart home energy solutions, mental wellness AI tools, and even wearable technology designed for athletes. But what truly makes Chris Hemsworth's move fascinating isn't just what he's investing in. It's how. He's building a brand of business rooted in his own values. Much like he transformed his physical fitness into a global platform, he's now transforming his philosophy of balance and sustainability into a business empire. Friends close to the actor describe him as incredibly detail-oriented when it comes to his investments. He attends strategy meetings, reads reports himself, and even consults with the founders directly. This isn't someone who signs checks and disappears. This is someone who's genuinely involved. One of the most interesting moves came earlier this year when Hemsworth invested in a clean energy startup based in Sydney. The company's goal is to develop new forms of renewable energy storage for households. Chris reportedly became interested after seeing how vulnerable his home country was to climate fluctuations and power outages. He told close associates that he wants to put his resources behind ideas that make the future livable. And that line alone says a lot about where his mindset is. It's not hard to see why tech insiders are beginning to view Chris as a serious investor, rather than just a celebrity with deep pockets. He's already being compared to figures like Ashton Kutcher, who famously transitioned from Hollywood to Silicon Valley with extraordinary success. But Hemsworth's edge is his timing. He's entering at a moment when the tech landscape is shifting toward ethical innovation, AI-driven personalization, and climate-conscious technologies. And these are exactly the areas he's been passionate about for years. He's not chasing trends. He's aligning investments with his authentic interests: health, wellness, sustainability, and family. That alignment gives him something no amount of financial advice can buy: authenticity. Now, the big question is, what's next? There are strong rumors that Hemsworth is working behind the scenes on launching his own tech venture fund, specifically aimed at startups led by young Australian entrepreneurs. The goal would be to provide mentorship, capital, and global exposure to innovative ideas coming out of his home country. If that's true, it would mark a massive shift in how Hemsworth's legacy will be remembered. Not just as the man who played Thor, but as someone who empowered an entire generation of thinkers and innovators. This move also aligns perfectly with the kind of lifestyle he's built. Living in Byron Bay, surrounded by nature, Hemsworth has always been vocal about balance, about disconnecting from chaos and focusing on what truly matters. It makes sense that his business pursuits mirror that same energy, investing in technologies that simplify, strengthen, and sustain. And here's the interesting twist. Hemsworth's strategic shift might be influencing Hollywood itself. More and more actors are realizing that the days of depending solely on films for financial stability are fading. They're watching what Chris is doing and realizing that the future of celebrity wealth might not be in endorsement deals, but in ownership and innovation. By putting his faith in technology, Hemsworth is quietly setting an example that's more modern than any blockbuster franchise. He's showing that intelligence, curiosity, and purpose can build legacies that last beyond fame. It's also redefining what masculinity in Hollywood looks like. For decades, the action hero archetype was all about physical dominance, muscles, explosions, one-liners. But Hemsworth's transformation into an investor, environmentalist, and innovator paints a new picture. One where power comes from knowledge, discipline, and empathy. Fans are responding too. Many who followed him for his acting are now inspired by his entrepreneurial mindset. On social media, discussions about his investments are met with admiration, especially from young fans who see him as proof that you can evolve beyond your first success. What makes this journey even more impressive is how quiet it's been. No flashy press conferences, no self-congratulatory interviews. Just results. Hemsworth's team has been intentional about keeping these ventures private, letting the outcomes speak for themselves. And that, in many ways, is what gives him credibility in a world where everyone is selling something. Another layer to this story is how these investments are complementing his family life. Chris has often said that his move away from Los Angeles to Byron Bay was about giving his children a normal upbringing. Ironically, that same environment of peace and space seems to have given him the clarity to make smarter business decisions. From a distance, it might look like he's slowing down. Fewer movies, more time with family. But in reality, he's just shifting his focus from the camera to the boardroom. And that's a move very few celebrities have managed to do successfully. What's also fascinating is that his investment philosophy mirrors his personal one: longevity over hype. Just as he built his physique through discipline rather than shortcuts, he's building his business legacy through patience and principle. So what does all of this mean for the future of Chris Hemsworth's career? It means that his influence is about to expand beyond entertainment. He's not just acting in blockbusters, he's financing the kind of technologies that could define the next decade. And that shift could make him one of the most influential figures of his generation. Not because of fame. The media might still talk about his next film, but behind closed doors, the real story is being written. In boardrooms, in startup pitches, and in technological breakthroughs. If there's one thing we can take away from Chris Hemsworth's quiet rise as a tech investor, it's that success doesn't always need noise. Sometimes, the most powerful transformations happen when no one is watching, and then suddenly, everyone realizes just how far ahead you've gone. Chris Hemsworth's journey from movie stardom to business brilliance is more than a career shift. It's a statement. It's proof that even in an industry built on appearances, authenticity and intellect can still lead the way. His story reminds us that true power lies not in being seen everywhere, but in building something that lasts forever. And as the world begins to catch up with his vision, one thing is clear. Chris Hemsworth isn't just playing heroes anymore. He's becoming one in real life, using innovation, discipline, and purpose to reshape what it means to be powerful in the modern age.